Hey friends, Leah Tuso here, child passenger safety technician who specializes in aviation, and today we're going to be discussing the FAA CARES harness. If you've ever seen this device, this is a child restraint harness that can be used on the aircraft. It accommodates children between 22 and 44 pounds who are under 40 inches tall. The CARES harness is the only FAA-approved harness. For caregivers who have chosen not to bring their car seat on board the aircraft, the CARES harness serves as an alternative child restraint. One of the biggest concerns that we have with the CARES harness is the amount of counterfeit or fake products that are available on the internet. So today I'm going to be walking you through how to tell if you have a legitimate CARES harness or if you've accidentally purchased a counterfeit product from Amazon or another online retailer. First, it's important to know that the manufacturer of this product is AmSafe and the distributors are Kids Fly Safe or River Colony Trading on Amazon. Those are the only two reputable suppliers, so if you purchase from another retailer, that's your first red flag. Additionally, the legitimate CARES harness retails for between $80 and $90. So if you're purchasing a product that's $30, $40, $50, that's a good indicator as well. So let's get into it. Today I have with me one legitimate CARES harness and two of the most popular knockoffs that are sold on Amazon. Sadly, these knockoffs get more purchases per month than the legitimate CARES, so this is a really big concern. When you get your CARES harness in the mail, it will come in a sleeve like this. You really can't tell any of the difference besides in the printing quality, which you need to have a side-by-side comparison. So the first thing that we're going to look for together is the instructional safety card. Before you open up this instructional safety card, I want you to look at this little boy's face. The real instruction safety card comes off the printing machine with half of his face on the front and the other half is on the back. Half of his face is on the front, half of it is on the back. The counterfeit products do not have them folded this way. They come off the machine in a different manner. So you can see this is the front, but then the boy's face is on the back. And for this one, he's on the front, but he's not on the back. So again, that's a small but key indicator as to whether or not you have a legitimate safety instruction manual. Other than that, the language in the instructional safety card is identical. There is nothing else, any language on these pages that you would be able to determine that you have a counterfeit product. The next thing we're going to look at is the bag that the product came with. So I have the 3 bags here. If you received a black velvet bag, it's a counterfeit product. You should report it to Amazon and destroy the product. It gets a little trickier when you have this Kids Fly Safe bag versus this Kids Fly Safe bag. This is the real bag. This is the counterfeit bag. You can see there's a quality difference here, but what I want you to look at is the quality of the stitching inside the bag. So this one has 1 line of stitching and this one has 2. So you can see this one you can see light through, this one you can't. This is a better quality bag. Now that we've got those key indicators out of the way, let's talk about the more specific things that are a little bit harder to identify. Let's talk about the labels on these devices. There's only one thing that separates the real legitimate CARES harness from the counterfeit products, and that would be this number here. So the real legitimate CARES harness will have a number on the label that looks like it's handwritten in Sharpie. Other than that, the language is identical on all of these products, even the counterfeits, including the mailing address and the phone number for AmSafe. This one doesn't have the written number, neither does this one. Now, AmSafe has indicated that they've seen counterfeit products with that handwritten Sharpie number, but I haven't. So just keep in mind that it's important not to just look only for that number. We want to be taking into consideration everything else because these counterfeit products are exceptionally close. Now we're going to look at the stitching, which again, if you don't have these side by side, it may be more difficult to tell. But if you're watching this video, you can now compare what you have at home to what these products look like. Legitimate CARES harness has been crash tested and has the material integrities required for a child restraint system, which means that they are exceptionally strong and durable and can really protect your child during impact. These knockoffs do not meet material integrity standards and may increase the risk for your child's injury. That's why we're looking at the stitching, because it really does matter. So here's a side-by-side comparison of what the stitching looks like on the upper torso portion of the restraint. On the left side, I have the legitimate CARES harness. The 2 on the far right are the knockoffs. Another significant difference that I noticed between these products is this little black pull tab that is attached to where you tighten the upper torso restraint. Again, the left one is the legitimate one and the 2 on the right are knockoffs. So as a recap, first we want to think about how much money did we spend on this product. As I mentioned, it usually retails for around $80. Then we're going to look at which supplier did we purchase this from. Was it River Colony Trading or Kids Fly Safe? If yes, great. If not, that could be a counterfeit product. Then we're going to look at how that instructional safety card is folded. Do we see the little boy's head on the front and on the back? Then we're going to move on to the bag that it came with. Does it look like the real one, or is it a counterfeit bag? From there, we're going to look at the label on the harness. Do you see what looks like a handwritten number on the label? And if you're still uncertain, let's review the stitching together. Compare the product that you have in your hands to this video to determine if you have good quality stitching that is approved to protect your child during impact, or do you have a lesser quality product that might jeopardize your child's safety? If you're now certain that you've purchased a counterfeit product, you should report that to Amazon or your retailer. Please be sure to destroy the product. That means cutting the harness straps, sharpening out the labels before you return it to them if they require that. We don't want to put a dangerous counterfeit product into the hands of another family. Lastly, if you're still not sure whether you have a legitimate CARES harness or you're dealing with a counterfeit, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm happy to help. You can also call AmSafe directly for better guidance. Thanks for following along, and be sure to subscribe and share this video with a friend who uses the CARES harness or might be flying with their children coming up.